keyboard nerds, got a cool chord to show you. This is called an F major 7 suspended second, or an F major 7 sus2. And the reason I'm showing you this is because, as I've said before, a lot of times you're put in a situation where you're being asked to record on or play on a song that is very, very simple. There's just like a 3-chord song. And in this case, I'm playing a very simple progression: C, G, and F. And there's only so much that you can do in these situations. And sometimes you want to find a little lick or something that sounds a little expensive or a little sophisticated. And they're hard to find. It's hard to find ones that are appropriate for, country music or pop music. When you're playing on that, you can't just start playing a bunch of outside jazz licks when you're in the studio, or you'll be booted off the session instantly. I always love when I find piano players that can ride the line of playing very much for the song and musically, but at the same time bringing in some elements of sophistication. And there's one piano player in particular, Matt Rollins, from Nashville, Tennessee, who's played on a bazillion hit records. And this is one of his tricks. And I've heard him do this in a couple of songs. And I don't know if I'm doing it exactly like him, but it's kind of the program or the concept, if you will. So I'm going to show you this chord. It's really, really simple. And I'm going to show you about 3 or 4 different licks that you can do with it. And I hope it's something that you can incorporate into your playing. Here we go. So the chord progression that we're going to use today is just C, G, F. And when we get to the F, that's where I'm going to place this lick. And it's going to be an F major 7 sus2. And that chord looks like this. It's a really beautiful sounding chord, really open. So if you know an F major 7 chord, an F major 7 chord looks like this: F, A, C, and E. And an F major 7 sus2 is just like this. It drops the 3 down to a 2. It's really beautiful sounding. Now the inversion that I'm using for this lick is right here. So it's the first inversion of the chord. This would be the primary inversion. This is the first inversion. Just taking the F and moving it to the top. And this lick works really well when you just arpeggiate down the piano on this inversion. What I mean by that is if I go like this, check it out, here we go. That's it. So that's a really great place to start with this. So if we just try this progression, we'll just go C, G, F, and start placing this a few different ways. Here's a first example. C, G, F. That's a really great way to do it. Just hit that chord, just kind of leave it hanging in the air. It's really beautiful. Or we can arpeggiate it like this. Could bring you back into the progression again. What we can also do is arpeggiate it 2 or 3 times. Pretty cool, right? So there's a couple of ways you can arpeggiate this chord. One is just to arpeggiate it down the piano like this. You can also set it up like this, from a couple of the bottom notes like this. So that one will go like this. I just love that one. It's so simple, but I've used it in a ton of situations, and I hope it's something that you can use that'll be cool in your playing too. Of course, the other thing that you can do with these type of chords is you can arpeggiate them in the opposite direction. So why don't we try an ascending kind of lick with this, which would go like this. Speaking of which, that actually makes a great ending for a song. If you were going into you were wanting to set up an ending, that would be a perfect way to do it. C, G, F. See? So many things you can do, and you can get really, really creative with that. Anyways, I know that that's simple, but I just thought I'd throw it at you because it's a really cool trick, and I hope it's something that you'll enjoy. And we'll see you soon with more. Take care.